我是城市闻名代言人。
Hey yo guys, so welcome back to my channel. It is a beautiful, lovely day here in Chengdu today. It is actually currently work hours right now. So I am on my work break / lunch, which is about 2.5 hours long. Today I'm not actually gonna eat any lunch. I know that sounds crazy, but I'm actually fasting. I do that quite often, a couple times a week. I'm the type of person who likes to, I'm not gonna say overeat, but I do love food. And you know, when you love food that much, you gotta figure out ways to keep yourself at bay. So for me, it's the fasting. So unfortunately, there's no food segment in this video. I do apologize. I know there hasn't been much food in my Chengdu videos recently, but there are some coming, especially in the next video, okay? So in the next video, I promise there's gonna be some food involved. But no, today what I wanted to talk about was my experience filming with Chengdu TV and how that came to be. Because, you know, that's not something that just ordinarily happens to, you know, an average foreigner like me here in China. So basically what happened is that, let's start right back from the foundation or the beginning. So Lulu and I, we have a Douyin page, which is Chinese TikTok. I've mentioned this in a couple of my other videos. And we're at, I think, like 330,000 fans / followers right now, which is, you know, that's a lot. So it's doing quite well. We're having a lot of fun with that. But that's essentially how we were put on Chengdu TV's radar. So one of our fans, I guess they had like a segment that they were looking into doing for Chengdu TV. And they, you know, like I mentioned, they were a fan of our page and they thought that I would be the right candidate for this special. The special was for some sort of event. I don't know quite what, but it didn't actually work out because it was on a Thursday and I work on Thursdays, so I wasn't able to take that off, unfortunately, because, you know, I am new at this job. I can't just, you know, start taking days off like that. So that was actually a few weeks ago. And then weeks after that, they reached out back to us and had a new opportunity for a new video. And it was about civilized tourism in Chengdu. And they asked me if I wanted to be involved in that. And it was on the weekend. I feel really bad about that because they actually specifically made time on the weekend to film with me, even though they don't work on the weekend. So if you guys are watching this, I'm so sorry. So anyways, yeah, so they reached out to us and yeah, I was really happy to help them with this video and be involved because I've never done anything like this before. And I was really, really excited when they reached out. And as I mentioned, the video was for civilized tourism in Chengdu. So you might be wondering, what exactly is civilized tourism? I haven't really heard that term used all that much, but essentially what I gathered from the way they define the word is that it's essentially kind of like, as the word exactly sounds, like, you know, when you talk about a person or people being civilized, it's essentially that. It's about the overall flow of things here involving the people, the organization of everything, you know, such as like the traffic or, you know, the subway system and how people interact with each other. So with that definition, that's kind of how I was able to answer their questions. So a couple days before the filming day, one of the girls, she sent us a script. And the script wasn't exactly how I'm supposed to answer the questions. It was kind of just like general talking points. So that was kind of nice, you know, I didn't have to follow it exactly and I can answer everything honestly and kind of in my own words. So they asked me some general questions about, you know, how I felt about my experience how I've been feeling about my experience in Chengdu so far. You know, how I feel about the people, how I feel about the cleanliness of everything. And yeah, it was I would say maybe a little challenging because I'm still getting comfortable, you know, talking on camera, especially for, you know, a topic that's, I wouldn't say serious, but, you know, I of course can't be totally my goofy self in that type of video. So I guess that was a bit of a challenge answering those questions. And also because I've only been in Chengdu for a couple months. So you know, I guess maybe if I was here longer, I would be more quick and on the fly with it, whatever the term is, to answer the questions more efficiently. But anyways, I think I did a pretty good job, but you're gonna see that later actually, because I have the full special video in this video on YouTube. And that's because Chengdu TV, they actually don't have a YouTube channel, and they told me that I could use the whole entire TV special in any way that I want. So I'm gonna share the whole entire video with you guys, and I'm really excited for you to watch that. And I think the other thing I should mention is that they wanted this video to be on their WeChat channel. I don't know if it was actually ever showed on TV, but yeah, they did have it on their WeChat channel, so I've already seen that, and that's the full video that I'm gonna show you guys later. My coworkers from my school just walked by and saw me filming. I was, maybe you noticed me acting a little bit awkward there for a second, but yeah, I saw them walking in the distance, and they're very nice, but you know, I can be a little socially awkward sometimes, but they gave me an orange, so thank you. So the video, it started out with us meeting at a subway station near the, I forget the name of the park, but it was near a very popular park and street. And so the first segment we wanted to film was on the subway and kind of just talking about my overall experience on the subway. Very brief like points, it wasn't like too elaborate, but you know, it's kind of interesting to see how these things work behind the scenes. As you'll see in the video later, you know, that little segment on the subway was quite short, but we were actually there for quite a while filming. Not just because they were interviewing me, but other people on the subway as well. But also, you know, just trying to get the right shots, trying to time, you know, our filming like with when the subway would enter the station or leave the station. So I thought that was pretty interesting to kind of see that behind the scenes, and you know how much work goes into something like that, and getting those kind of B-roll type of shots. And so when we were done in the subway segment, we went outside, and it was actually raining quite a bit. We still pressed on, we filmed a little bit, but then man, the rain was coming down really hard. And it was almost to the point where they wanted to reschedule and finish the rest of the video at a later date. But they were all quite busy, so I think they were pretty hesitant to do that, but still hesitant to film too, because you know, you're not gonna get the same experience if you're filming in the rain, right? And it's not exactly pleasant filming in the rain either. So we waited underneath like a storefront for quite a while. I think we were there for like 20 minutes. We kept saying, okay, 5 more minutes. Okay, 5 more minutes, 5 more minutes. And lo and behold, the rain actually stopped, which was like, seemed like a crazy miracle because it was coming down so hard. And we were able to continue to film the rest of the segment. So after we finished in that kind of alleyway area that we were filming in, again, sorry, I don't know the name of it. It's some sort of park or touristy street. I really don't remember. I'll probably put the name of it like over here or something, but you'll see it in the video anyways later on. So after that, we walked down to a park called People's Park. So I do remember that one. So we walked down to the People's Park, and there we wanted to film a segment at a tea house. So this is sort of like a traditional Chengdu type of tea house experience. And that was really fun because it was a little interactive. They actually had me pour the tea. And it's not just like your regular type of tea. It's like this teapot with this really long spout, and you have to do the movements like really quick in order to make sure you don't splash the tea everywhere. I embarrassed myself doing that a little bit. I of course didn't do it perfectly because like these guys really need to train well to be able to do it elegantly and properly. But that's fun. You'll see how that turned out in the video in a little bit here. And after that, we went to a traditional Sichuan restaurant. They didn't actually put that segment too much in the final video. You can see kind of like B-roll shots of the food, but we don't actually really have like that interaction or conversation we're having in that restaurant. You know, I do film for my YouTube channel, right? So I do know that there are times where, you know, a lot of the footage doesn't end up in the final video for whatever reason. Maybe it was bad lighting, or maybe the audio was off, or maybe it just doesn't fit into the overall storyline. So, you know, I wasn't offended that it wasn't in the video, but at least they got some of those B-roll shots in there. But the food we ate was really good. It was like traditional Sichuan type of food. There's some like spicy stuff, some sweet stuff. But yeah, the food that day was really, really, really good. Okay, I'm gonna get up and move around a little bit more here. I don't have a crazy amount of time left for lunch, but I wanna do like another lap around this park while I continue to talk with you guys. And so lastly, after we filmed the scene inside of the restaurant, we worked our way outside, still within the People's Park, and we filmed the outro. They had me say something in Chinese. I hope it turned out well, but again, you'll see that in the video later. And yeah, and then from there, we just wrapped up. And I should also mention the names of the people I was working with. So the one that you'll see on camera with me, her name is Emily. She was really sweet, really kind. And then the other one who was more behind the scenes, the one who sent me the script and who was kind of more on like the production side of things, her name is Shujing. She was also really, really nice. And she was actually the one who was a fan of Lou and I's Douyin / TikTok page. So after we wrapped up filming, Emily and Shujing took me out for some coffee, and we just had some, good general conversation to really get to know each other a little bit more. Talk about, like what I was doing back in Canada. Also just me asking them, what's their experience like working with Chengdu TV, just more candidly. It seems like they love working there. I can tell, they have really great energy. It made me feel very comfortable throughout the whole entire thing, consistently told me I was doing a good job, and just really kind of hyping me up to get more comfortable on camera, because of course, that's how you get the most authentic, type of footage and, storytelling. And after we were done having coffee, we just wrapped up and they parted ways with me and left off on a really good note. We did talk about the possibility of filming again together in the future, which was really cool. I would definitely love to do that again. But yeah, I think overall with this video, I just wanted to give you guys like a general summary of that experience and what it's like, to film with a network like that. And again, as I mentioned, I'm not quite sure if that was actually put on Chengdu TV. So the company is Chengdu TV itself. But I believe their department is within Chengdu TV. I'm not quite sure what the department is or what it's called, but I do know for sure they posted that on their WeChat channel, which is the Chinese social media app, if you didn't know. But I don't know if it was ever aired on TV. But anyways, they gave me the full video to do whatever I want with it. So that is why I'm very happy to show you guys the full video coming up in the next segment here. Okay, yeah, so enough of my rambling. I want you guys to actually watch the full segment that Chengdu TV created with me. And yeah, just enjoy that. It's about 4-ish minutes long. And let me know what you think and how you think I did on, professional TV.
你们的旅行小助手又上线了。今天呢，我邀请到了一位特殊的嘉宾卡梅隆 Cameron。
大家好，我是卡梅隆。
卡梅隆当时为什么选择来成都啊？
Yeah, so I actually came to Chengdu in April of this year,
okay.
and honestly, I totally fell in love with the atmosphere
Really?
here. Yeah, so it just really clicked with me,
Yeah.
and the people here were so nice. That was like one of the first things I noticed. So I decided to come here and teach English.
Okay.
Yeah.
那你来成都的感觉是怎么样的呢？
Yeah, so my first impressions of Chengdu, of course, it's a very clean city.
Yeah.
I feel like it's very orderly. There's so much greenery everywhere.
Right, we're Park City.
Yeah, it's beautiful, and of course, it's a very civilized city from my first impressions.
That's true. 那今天呢，我就邀请你加入我一起，在这个美食、美景、美人一应俱全的成都，来一场文明旅游。我们走好吗？
Okay, sounds
Let's
good.
go.
Yeah, okay.
它真香啊！
I feel like, to me, everything's quite modern and clean, and then the people themselves are very, very orderly. They all follow the rules of, how to line up and go onto the train. And then on the train itself, even though it can be kind of crowded sometimes,
Yeah.
everything's just very organized.
Yeah,
and
they just obey the rules, right?
Right, everyone
okay,
kind of
just follow
obeys
my
the
lead.
rules, yeah.
Okay.
在地铁上就
就是你让座位这种行为还是经常可以常见的。人们的交流方式，我觉得都很亲切，问路啊这些都很友好的，就是回答。
环境呢，我觉得特别的干净整洁。然后呢，拍照的时候都在很有秩序的排队，然后呢都在互相礼让。
整个的一个礼貌程度呀，整个的这个整洁环境啊等等都很好。
That movement is really cool. Do you think I could try it?
Of course,
Yes?
of course you can try that. 所以要掌握这个动作，最重要的是什么呢？
最主要就是快，一定要快。
Yeah, just like what I told you. You must do it really quick.
Very quick?
Steady, steady. Your hands are must steady. Yeah.
Ooh, okay. Oh, wow. Wow, wow, wow.
You can try by yourself.
Yeah?
Okay?
By myself.
Yeah, by
Okay.
yourself. Okay.
Not fast
老师
enough.
老师看这个给他打几分
Okay, thank you.
初次来到成都，觉得这是确实是一座很有魅力的城市，交通很快捷、很发达的城市。
我觉得成都人民还是非常热情的，会很贴心的给我们去做一些介绍。
就是大家游客都会非常有秩序的排队，这是非常好的一个现象。
Cameron， 今天呢，我只是带你体验了成都的茶文化，还有很小一部分的美食文化。而且呢，我们在采访中呢，也了解到了一些成都的人民，包括外地的游客，他们对文明旅游的看法。Well, what's your feeling about that?
Yeah, so I think overall, from my experience, Chengdu people are just so polite. Really just like fluid and great for everybody overall. Yeah.
OK， 那你既然这么喜欢成都的生活，下次我带你去体验一下我们成都的乡村旅游，怎么样啊？
Yes, that would be amazing. Thank you.
我是城市文明代言人。
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 Okay, welcome back. So, what did you guys think about that? Yeah, it was a great experience. I think the final product turned out really nice. It really does have that kind of like Chinese, you know, like variety TV kind of vibe to it, which is so cool to be a part of something like that. But yeah, again, let me know what you guys thought of it and how you think I did. What do you think I could have improved next time? Yeah, just let me know your general thoughts. Okay, anyway, so that's the end of this video, guys. Thank you for sticking around and watching that. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm really excited for you guys to check out next week's video. It involves a day trip out of Chengdu, so it's gonna have a bit more of that cinematic and voiceover type of vibe that I had in my China Adventure series with Lulu here in China. And also, there is a very special surprise in that video, so you're not gonna wanna miss that. So I hope you can stay tuned and watch that next week with me. Okay, and with that all being said, please like this video, please drop a comment, subscribe, and turn on that notification bell, all that usual stuff. I really appreciate that. It helps me grow my channel, and also just to get familiar and comfortable with what you guys are liking in my videos. So again, thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.